All right, kids, so the Morph project, I decided I was going to combine an elephant and a giraffe. And when I draw, I try to look for simple shapes. So when I looked at that elephant, I kind of saw this oval head. I saw this McDonald's arch where the tusk comes out. And then I saw kind of like a J kind of hook coming out to make a nose. And then I added my tusks. And my eye sat right above that little McDonald's arch. And then I kind of filmed this not so hot because it's the first time I did it, but I wanted to morph and add my giraffe's neck. And then the picture I had of the giraffe, I didn't really have enough room on the left side of my paper, so I had to find a new picture of an elephant, and this is just how artists adjust things. And the body of my elephant was a big fat oval. And then when I looked at its leg, it kind of looked like a triangle, and these rectangles kind of coming out. And then the back leg, and then the front leg, it kind of looked like it was skinnier at the bottom than it was at the top. And then my neck was a little off, so I just kind of had to make a little adjustment there. And then I think I decided to go in and add the hair next. Oh, no, I decided to add those little things on top of the giraffe. I read that those are bones, and they use those to fight each other. I forget what they're called, but they're pretty cool. And then I went through and just kind of added a little bit of shading and some detail work with my pencils. And then I was using my eraser to get rid of some of those lines that I used to draw, but I didn't totally need. A lot of times when I draw, I use lots of different lines, and then I decide what I want to keep. And then I went through and I started coloring. And when I color, I like to keep my wrist low and go in little ovals. Or in this case, I like to use multiple colors that I've never seen a purple elephant. So I wanted to make a purple elephant. I really like this limey green color too, kind of limey minty. And I made the tusk that's on the other side a little bit darker, and then I wanted to take that color that I used and kind of put it into my elephant's trunk and head as well. And then I start coloring in its neck. And giraffes have that really cool pattern. It's not perfect polka dots. It's kind of like different kinds of camouflagey blobby shapes with Oreo icing in between. And then for all my favorite kids that are like, my favorite color's rainbow, I was making rainbow marks on my giraffe. And just kind of making sure I balance my colors and bringing some of that blue that I used in the front part of my elephant's head to kind of outline some of those spots and the neck and the hair. And then I thought I'd also balance those colors that are in the neck by putting them up in those little bony things on the top. Then I'm bringing my colors down onto the body. And I'm making it a little bit darker in areas, like around its back shoulder, because that would be an area where the neck would kind of overlap and cast a shadow on my elephant's back. I'm also making it a little bit darker there because it's kind of like my elephant's armpit, like its arm or its leg would be overlapping its body. So that area is automatically going to be a little bit darker. I never like to use just one color. I always think it's fun to blend colors and play with ways colors work with each other. So orange and blue, since they're across from each other, they're going to make a brownish color, but I think it kind of worked here. That front area too is another area. It's kind of like where both legs of the elephant would kind of cross over the front part of its body, and that would be another place where you'd see a little bit of a shadow. Oh, and I'm giving my elephant rainbow toes to match the rainbow spots on my elephant giraffe. It's a girelephant, right? And I picked these two animals because they always say elephants never forget. And hey, I don't think we're ever going to get this. And then I picked a giraffe because I'm short and I would like to be taller. So I put them together. It's my creature morph. And then I never like my animals to be floating. So I'm just kind of playing around, putting a little bit of grass. Or maybe it's the moon. I don't know. Adding a little bit of shadow. I added these red things in here. Some of them I liked and some of them I didn't like. So I might have to go back in and turn them into something else later. But, you can make a setting, you can make a story, you could write about it, whatever you want to do.